Welcome to Prayer Decode. In today's video, we'll explore the profound truth that life is incredibly brief and how this awareness calls us to live with urgency and purpose. We'll delve into the timeless lessons of embracing every moment, serving with passion, and following the ultimate example set by Jesus Christ. Whether you're seeking inspiration, a fresh perspective on your spiritual journey, or practical steps to align your daily life with God's will, you're in the right place. Stay with us as we unlock insights that will not only transform the way you see time, but also empower you to live boldly for Christ. Embracing the gift of time, a journey toward a life of purpose and faith. Have you ever paused and wondered what truly matters in the midst of life's hustle? Imagine a moment when time seems to stand still, a moment where the ticking clock reminds you that every breath is precious and every heartbeat is a divine gift. Today, we embark on a journey that challenges us to re-examine our priorities, awaken our sense of urgency, and commit ourselves to a life that echoes God's purpose for each of us. Welcome to Prayer Decode, where we not only decode spiritual truths, but also explore how to put them into practice in our daily lives. The fleeting nature of life. Life is astonishingly brief. Picture an old man on his deathbed, his eyes reflecting a lifetime of memories and experiences, who once heard a pastor ask, "What is the most sobering reality of life you can think of right now?" His answer was simple yet profound. It's brevity. It's short, and it passes by quickly. This simple truth has echoed in my heart for years. Time is a precious commodity that waits for no one. In our world, where distractions abound and priorities often shift with the seasons of our lives, it is easy to lose sight of the fact that every moment counts. I have experienced moments of profound clarity when the rush of everyday life suddenly slows, and I realize that what I have left is not an endless future, but a series of irreplaceable minutes. In those moments, I feel both a deep gratitude for life and a stirring urgency to live fully and purposefully. Reflecting on these thoughts, I ask you, what would you change if you truly believed that time was slipping away with every passing second? For many, this idea is not meant to bring despair, but to inspire action. It calls us to cherish every interaction, every smile, every chance to share love and kindness. It reminds us that our days are numbered and that we are called to make our time on earth count, not by the measure of achievements or accolades, but by the depth of our relationships with God and with one another. The Bible is replete with reminders that life is transient. In Psalm 90, the psalmist laments, "Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom." This ancient wisdom is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. The brevity of life is not a curse, but a clarion call, a call to live deliberately and with eternal perspective. As we journey together through this message, let us open our hearts to the truth that every day is a divine appointment. The urgency to act. Imagine if every moment you lived were a precious, irreplaceable opportunity to serve a higher purpose. Think of the fire that once consumed an entire city, devouring everything in its path, leaving behind only what was truly valuable. In much the same way, our lives are subject to a final test, a trial by fire where only what has been nurtured for God's purpose will remain. This imagery isn't meant to instill fear, but rather to ignite within us a sense of urgency. Often, we find ourselves delaying the things that truly matter. We postpone prayers, we delay acts of kindness, and we put off the pursuit of a genuine relationship with God. But the truth is that time does not wait for us. Every second that slips away is an opportunity lost, a chance to build, to love, and to serve. I have come to see that the urgency of life is a double-edged sword. On one side, it pushes us toward action, compelling us to seize the day with passion and purpose. On the other, It warns us against the pitfalls of procrastination and complacency. When we recognize that our days are limited, we begin to evaluate our choices more carefully. What will we invest our time in? How will our actions reflect the eternal values that our faith holds dear? I invite you to consider this. When was the last time you acted with a sense of urgency that only the awareness of life's brevity can inspire? It might be as simple as reaching out to someone you love, volunteering your time to help others, or spending a few quiet moments in prayer. These seemingly small actions have the power to transform not only your life, but the lives of those around you. In embracing urgency, we commit to living with intention, ensuring that our days are filled with acts of service, kindness, and love. Biblical foundations of urgency and accountability. Our sacred texts remind us that we are not here merely to exist, but to fulfill a higher calling. In James 2:14, we are challenged with the question, "What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but does not have works? Can that faith save them?" This verse underscores an essential truth. Faith without action is incomplete. It is a call for us to live out our beliefs in tangible ways, to ensure that every act of kindness and every moment of service is an offering to the Lord. Similarly, the Apostle Paul's words in 1 Corinthians serve as a stark reminder that our deeds will one day be tested, much like precious metal refined in a fire. In this imagery, the fire represents not destruction, but a process of purification, a trial through which only that which is genuinely valuable will endure. This analogy challenges us to ask ourselves, what are we building with our lives? Are we investing in endeavors that will stand the test of time, or are we allowing trivial pursuits to consume us? I often find that this scriptural wisdom cuts through the noise of modern distractions. In a world that constantly bombards us with entertainment and instant gratification, these ancient truths provide a beacon of clarity. They remind us that our actions today have eternal significance. As we navigate the complexities of life, it is essential to keep in mind that every decision, every act of service, every moment of genuine compassion contributes to our spiritual legacy. Reflecting on these passages, I feel an overwhelming call to action, a reminder that our lives are not our own but are entrusted to us by God. It is not enough to simply believe. We must act. The urgency of our call to discipleship is woven into the very fabric of our existence. Each day, we are given the opportunity to live out our faith in ways that not only transform our hearts, but also impact the world around us. The power of faith and works, a personal reflection. Over the years, I have struggled with the balance between faith and works. There have been moments when I felt that my actions did not measure up to the high calling that the scriptures set before me. Yet, each time I encountered the profound truth that faith without works is dead, I was compelled to re-examine my priorities and recommit myself to living authentically for Christ. For me, the integration of faith and works is not a burdensome checklist, but a joyful journey of discovery. It is about aligning one's inner conviction with outward expression, letting love and compassion flow freely from a heart that has encountered God's grace. Every time I reach out to a friend in need, every time I volunteer my time, or even simply offer a listening ear, I feel the presence of the divine working through me. It is as though every act of kindness is a small echo of the love that Jesus demonstrated through his life and sacrifice. There is a powerful transformation that occurs when we begin to see our actions as part of a larger tapestry of God's redemptive work. In this light, our everyday deeds, no matter how ordinary they may seem, become significant. They are threads in the grand design of God's plan for humanity. This realization has taught me that our lives are defined not by the length of our days, but by the depth of our devotion and the sincerity of our service. I have learned that the call to action is not reserved for the extraordinary moments, but is present in the quiet daily choices we make. Whether it is choosing to forgive someone who has wronged us, reaching out to the lonely, or standing up for what is right, each decision matters. The convergence of faith and works creates a ripple effect touching lives, inspiring hope, and ultimately drawing us closer to the heart of God. In this journey, it is essential to remember that none of us are perfect. The pursuit of a life marked by genuine faith and transformative works is an ongoing process. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when the path seems obscured by challenges. Yet, it is precisely in these moments that the grace of God shines brightest. His forgiveness and strength empower us to rise again, to learn from our missteps, and to continue on the path of discipleship with renewed vigor. In these moments, as you consider the message we have shared today, remember that you are uniquely called to a purpose that is both profound and eternal. Life's brevity is not a limitation, but a powerful motivator, a call to invest your days in love, service, and spiritual growth. Whether you are facing personal struggles or celebrating moments of joy, know that every experience is an opportunity to draw closer to God and to live in a way that honors His will. I invite you to take a deep breath, to appreciate the gift of this moment, and to step forward with a renewed commitment to living boldly for Christ. Let today be the day that you choose to live with intentionality, to serve with compassion, and to build a legacy that will endure far beyond your time on this earth. Thank you for joining me on this journey of reflection and renewal. I pray that this message ignites within you a passion to embrace every moment, to live with purpose, and to walk faithfully in the light of God's love. May you be blessed, may you be inspired, and may you always know that you are deeply loved by a God who calls you to greatness. Thank you for watching Prayer Decode. If this message resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it today. Remember, every moment is a divine appointment. Make your time count. Until next time, may God's peace and purpose guide you always.